Hi everyone, it's Jen here, and thank you for watching Really Rooted. So, in one of my previous videos, I spoke about the viburnum, and I had 4 viburnum planted in the containers around the pool, but they were getting too large, and plus they only bloom in the spring, and I want something that's going to bloom in the summer when we're out here in the pool. So what I'm going to be replacing them with is the the little lime hydrangea. So the little lime hydrangea is just like the limelight. However, this plant only gets about 3 to 5 feet tall and wide. So I think they'll be perfect in the containers. Picture of the little lime in case you're not familiar with the limelight. And these plants are hardy from zone 3 to 8. So I think they'll do well here. So last year I had the viburnum, and I also had these super bells. This is called Over Easy. Let me show you this up close. So white on the outside and then some yellow on the inside, just like Over Easy eggs. And I also had caladiums planted in there. Now, I did plant some caladium bulbs earlier, but I think I planted them too early. And I dug around in there and they felt like they were rotting. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop in some more. And last year was a really nice combination. So I think this is going to be similar and it's gonna give me the look that I want. I also have the double chiffon super bells. And this one is only good for containers too. So these super bells are only good for containers. And I learned my lesson last year because I love these so much in the containers that I decided to pop some in some of my flower beds, and they just didn't thrive and I couldn't figure it out. And that's what it is. These plants are only good for containers. So I've already planted the 2 on this side, but I still need to plant the 2 behind me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dig up the viburnums. I already have holes for them. I'm gonna place those and then I'm gonna get this planted. Let's get started. Guys, it looks like one of my caladiums that I thought had rotted is actually sprouting. So I'm going to stick it back in, but I'm going to go ahead and add some more. It looks like I have some rootstock from the viburnum. I'm not familiar with if this will grow or not, but I think it's worth a try. So I'm going to set this aside, and there's another one I'm going to pull out. So Tom had pulled out the plant for me because these guys were so root bound, so they wouldn't have been happy in the containers for much longer. So I'm glad I'm getting them out of there and in the ground, but I'm going to try to plant this one too, and maybe I'll have 2 more plants. Now I wanted to mention this. I didn't mention it before I did the other the other container. Anytime you're planting a container, in using existing soil, you want to add some fertilizer. Because the plants that were in there have probably utilized everything that was in there. So you always want to make sure you add some fertilizer. That way you can give the new plants some nutrients, and when they're in containers, there's no other place for them to pull nutrients from other than if you add fertilizer. So make sure you do that before you plant your new plants in the containers. All right, let's get this one done. Okay guys, so I'm really hot. Last weekend we were down in the 30s and today we're in the high 80s, and I guess I just wasn't prepared for it. I work in the yard just about every day, but it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I guess I'm just hot, but I think it's good to sweat. I think gardening is kind of a messy, sweaty job, and that's one of the things I like about it. So I'm going to just recap the plants for you. We planted the Over Easy Super Bell, and that is an annual plant, and it is only good in containers. Do not plant it in your landscape. And that is this one right here. We planted the Chiffon Super Bell Double, and again, only good for containers. Do not try to plant it in a landscape because it may survive, but it's not really going to thrive. And then the Little Lime. I'm excited about the Little Lime. I have limelight hydrangeas planted on either end of the pool, and then I just planted another one in the center, just so we have those blooms in the middle of the summer, and I think the pool is gonna look wonderful. I like the Little Lime because, again, they only get 3 to 5 foot tall and wide. Again, those plants are hardy from zones 3 to 8. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you next time. Bye.